Hello and welcome to the Wheel Route Fantasy Football. I'm Kev Wheeler. I'll be hosting you tonight. And today we are drafting an NFFC Best Ball Championship roster team. And it is my pick. I have 20 seconds left on the clock. I'm picking from the 9 hole. And there's a different ADP here. There's kind of it's a 34 round setup, but I'm going to stick with my guns from the 9 hole and go with CMC. Um, Joining you here a little bit into the draft. I just did a Best Ball Mania live and decided to record this because I want that to sit out there a couple days before I come back and feed you more. All right. After I went with McCaffrey, we see Genty and Achan go. I would have kind of hoping Achan would have come back to me. Um, this is full PPR, but it's 30 rounds. I thought it was 34. And there are defenses. I got to go back over the rules. Much different setup. The reason I like these the style best ball championship, it's a couple reasons. Um, One, I've been very successful. All right, I am on the clock, and let me just see. Would they do that? So I could go Nico. Where is Nico? See him in here. I got to get used to this draft room. Much different. Where the hell is Nico Collins? This is saying it's not connected. Nico Collins went to pick before me. Okay. I have Derrick Henry in the queue, and it looks like, unless I'm missing something, that is the way to go. So I went Christian McCaffrey, Derrick Henry to start out with. Let me just see. Okay. Not horrible at all. Could have gone Bowers. It was a consideration, but none of the other running backs or receivers really appealed to me at this point in time. AJ Brown, Lad McConkey. I mean, I like Jonathan Taylor, don't get me wrong. But Derrick Henry's definitely the way to go there. Now it's third round reversal here too. So there are a few guys I'm hoping on. Um, and I might dazzle you with some of the intricacies of this style draft. Again, 30 rounds adds a whole new kind of element to it, and we'll see that as we get later. Well, I think most of us are used to doing 20 or 18 round drafts. I guess if you go in the FFPC, there's 28 round best ball drafts. I don't think they're tournament style. Um, this adds a whole other element. So actually, and I think I started saying it before. The reason I still play on NFFC is because I took fourth in this best ball draft 3 years ago. So I have a nice chunk of change just sitting there waiting to be spent. I pull out some each year, but kind of keep it under the tax uh, taxable income. Uh, so, but I like the third round reversal. I like the deep drafts. I was caught off guard tonight because sorry, I'm trying to load another cheat sheet into my system here. Kind of have, I need to copy and paste my rankings and put it in there. All right. I enjoy the 55-second clock because it gives me some time to kind of go through what I need to do. Oh, let me get some music in the background so it's not painful on the silence isn't too deafening. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I gotta get my stuff together for this one. It caught me off guard because the previous two I was signed up for didn't fill. I didn't think this was gonna fill. All of a sudden, coming up on my pick, and this isn't really that's gonna help me. Ah, do I want to start three running backs? Oh, no. Anyway, how much? I got 40 seconds left. There's a running back I like. Alright, Kell just went. I'm between Devontae Adams, Breece Hall, and a quarterback. Quarterbacks usually go earlier in this. I'm gonna go with Lamar. So everybody's gonna want three quarterbacks, and they tend to go earlier. Bingo! I triggered Josh Allen going, and I probably triggered Josh Allen going because most people have Allen ahead of Lamar. I think that's just foolishness. But give me a second to. I use Fantasy Pros Draft Wizard, but I don't have updated rankings set in there. That's why I was a little lost and confused. I'm on the wrong page again. I'm going to go to my best ball rankings, which I just updated yesterday. Now, these best ball rankings that I'm going to have set in here are really, really for underdog for half PPR, but I don't really give a darn about that because I can adjust in my head on the fly. No big deal. By the next time I do one of these drafts, so I have them scheduled for every Thursday, but I haven't been able to get one to fill on a Thursday. In fact, not even close. So I might be shifting when I do these fairly regularly. So do I have it loaded in here now? It's gonna work for me. Got plenty of time until I pick. There we go. All right, so back to feeling normal. It's funny. So I'm probably gonna lose my voice at some point during this. Couple things I need to do. I need to get better background music. And I do have that playing right because I can't hear it. Ooh, it's kind of loud. There. Here we go. All right. So, started out this draft with McCaffrey, Derrick Henry, and Lamar Jackson. So, I have Lamar Jackson ahead of Josh Allen. Feel like 3 years in a row now, Lamar scored more points than Josh Allen. And I like the Lamar Henry stack. It almost worked out for me like gold last year, but what was it, week 16? Lamar gets 4 touchdowns and doesn't give Henry any. Killed me. But this tournament, there's no playoffs. So correlation's good, but there's no bringbacks. We don't ever have to worry about a bringback. And I'm gonna stock up my queue. I have time, but my queue should look like, where is Ted? Yeah, Ted's down here. Their draft room ADP is probably not accurate. Not that you could see it right now, but if you get in there and try to do one of these, it doesn't have updated ADP like an underdog. Again, let me go over the parameters of it. So it's 30 rounds. There are kickers in defense, but it's team kicker. So you don't really have to know which kicker. You just kind of pick the offense that's going to score a lot of points. My draft assistant isn't assisting very well. All right, Xavier Worthy, I want to queue. I like TJ Moore. I'm going to like the receivers here. And in fact, all the guys I have ranked a receiver. I could have gone with Breece Hall in that 3rd round. So 30 rounds, PPR, no playoffs, straight through the season. And 55-second clock, which is nice. Where they Pickens, DJ Moore. So where's my Pickens? And it's 45. Oh, I don't have back-to-back. I was just the 12. I was in the 12 hole, so I got to remember I'm in the 9 hole. So I get 1 pick here. I'm going to take Worthy over DJ Moore. That's DJ Moore is going to go for sure. I like Ted. I like Devontae Smith. I like DJ Moore. Ted will definitely come back. Ted, Pickens. Where's Pickens? That's the one. Pickens will come back too. Ooh. Kind of regretting that Worthy. But what are you going to do? And I just have the wide receivers queued up. Not sure if I really want to play the ADP game so much in this one. I'd much rather grab who I want. So I want Ted or Pickens here. Although, why do I have DJ? Somebody's got to get DJ Morris so that I am not tempted by him. Oh, Ted's gone. Yeah, there goes DJ Moore. I'm overlooking him. Okay, so I have Pickens and DJ Moore. DJ Moore's been sitting at the top of the queue. If he sits there again, I'm gonna get DJ Moore or Devontae Smith. I'm going to cross my fingers and hope people are sleeping on Pickens. Again, this is my first draft in NFFC for the year, so I kind of want to get a feel for the room, and that's why I'm kind of Well, actually, Rashee Rice went the pick before my Worthy pick, so I'm actually no longer mad at that. I'm quite content with that. Rice is out at least 3 games, could be up to 6. People are even saying more, but I don't think there's any way it's going to be more than 6. I have Lamar. I have to get DJ Moore. It's He's I'm gonna do it if for no other reason than he's the top of the queue, and Devontae Smith is I really like too. So just getting to know that, yeah, he goes next. Um, just getting to know kind of the room, the layout, where people are going. See, like, I want to test and see if a guy like George Pickens slides to where they have him in ADP. Cortland Sutton, I guess he normally goes in the 5th. I have like no Sutton. I have maybe 1 or 2 Sutton, but it's kind of when he falls or it's forced. All right, so Jalen Waddle, I didn't see him in the queue. They have Mixon, Flowers, Judy, Patrick Mahomes, all sitting here. Whereas let me compare. So with the update, I have Pickens at the top of the queue. They don't even have him there. I have Travis Hunter second in the queue. Where is Travis? Travis Hunter is way down. Their ADP on Travis Hunter is 83.9, which it probably isn't accurate. Like their ADP is likely taking all of their tournaments dating back to the beginning of the year when they started. I'm sure they didn't start in January like Underdog did. Yeah, I've been drafting since the last week in January. It's Davis Maytek's fault. Maytek? Is that how you pronounce it? When he started drafting during the NFC Championship game, I was like, okay, I'm allowed to. I think I waited another week, like the week in between, the Sunday in between the NFC Championship or the championship games and the Super Bowl. But all right, so my next pick in theory, if he lasts, which he by the ADP they have listed, there's no way he will, should be Zay Flowers. But I'm really hoping they follow the queue. Well, not even, because then Pickens would go too. But I'm really high on Pickens in Dallas this year. If he was good with the Steelers, he should be great with the Cowboys. Okay, and those are the next 2 picks anyway. I'm not even live. Getting sniped, and nobody's even listening. So, all right. In theory, that DJ Moore, maybe I should have let him go. And next time I will. And I'll go straight from my queue as opposed to their queue to see what will fall. But there you go. All right, so next in their queue, Mixon, Laporta, Montgomery, Godwin. I wouldn't mind him, though. They have Roma Dunze next. There's no way I'm touching him after getting DJ Moore. They have Aaron Jones there. Chris Olave, I'm queuing up. They have DeAndre Swift a little bit early there. Are there a lot of running? Yeah, Joe Mixon. I guess 6th round, Joe Mixon. I don't have much of him, but I can see the reasoning behind that. Kamara went in the 4th. Yeah, I probably won't ever grab Kamara in the 4th, but I can see it. After I started really looking into projections, I was like, damn, I should have been grabbing Kamara when he was in the 7th or 8th, because he was going there earlier in the season. So 6th round, David Montgomery goes. I guess that's fairly normal. Actually, maybe I should be looking at I still have Travis Hunter, Juwan Jennings, RJ Harvey. So how many wide receivers? I only have 2 wide receivers, but wide receivers are plentiful late. Where is... Yeah, they have RJ Harvey behind Tyrone Tracy in their ADP. So this is what I'm saying. This has to be from a while back or something. Jacoby Myers. Do I see that? Yeah, all right, there he goes. Okay, so my Q, I have Travis Hunter, Jawan Jennings. Travis Hunter, Jawan Jennings, RJ Harvey. I will say if Harvey can pull around the turn. Then I have Godwin, Olave, and Adunze. So I'm just going to put RJ Harvey behind Godwin just in case. Cause I'm gonna try to push him around this turn. Travis Hunter. Do I want Travis Hunter or Juwan Jennings? I'm gonna get Travis Hunter. And you know what? I don't really. Thinking I should do a wide receiver again. Like I should get Jennings. I should get Jennings. That's all there is to it. If he comes back, I'm gonna get Jennings. It's just the smart thing to do. My assistant has Juwan Jennings now. My rankings. Like the assistant just has my rankings, but it has other probabilities that go with it. It's the Fantasy Pros Draft Wizard. Load in my rankings, and I'll have NFFC rankings. Try to get them through sometime this week. I really should have. I didn't think I was going to be drafting tonight. I thought I was going to be putting them together wholly tonight, but I just have my underdog rankings loaded in the Draft Wizard. I don't think there's any way to load them into NFFC drafts. I could be wrong about that. I'll have to look into that. It might be a little bit difficult to get their kind of code so that I can upload. But I have Juwan Jennings, Jacoby Myers, DeAndre Swift in the queue. Damn, there goes Jennings. And RJ Harvey went as well. So trying to push either one of those around was not a good idea. Should have tried to push Travis Hunter around. Question is Swift or Myers? Sorry about the sounds. Yeah. The choice is made for me. I mean, I guess I could go Debo, Jaden Reed, Matthew Golden, but I genuinely like getting Jacoby Myers. So I like being able to stack them possibly later. And I like this start. Start out with CMC and Derrick Henry just coming at you. Lamar Jackson, stud. And then follow that up with 4 wide receivers, all that'll have a good mix in their own purpose. So Worthy will start out strong. And remember, I want the whole season. That's another reason why Alvin Kamara is decent in here. The points in week 1 count just as much as the points in week 17. So I kind of want to have a nice diversification of when players will hit throughout the season. Jacoby Myers will be just nice, steady Eddie. He'll be my flex probably every damn week. Worthy will start out strong, probably give Travis Hunter a little time to come on. DJ Moore hopefully will be consistent. Little attitude adjustment. But I can understand why he had the attitude last year, right? Like a shitty situation, a coach and the system just Everything was just hot mess. So let's take a look. Sorry. I just want to queue up certain guys. I know it's a while until I pick, but I don't want to miss anything because, again, there's no ADP there's no accurate ADP in these rooms, and I don't want to be caught with my pants down. Yeah. If you had my genetic makeup, you would not want to be caught with your pants down either. I promise. All right. So what do we got going on? I got a bunch of receivers set up in my rankings to go next. Actually, you know what? I might hit that Justin Fields too. I'll show you what the draft assistant is showing me right now. Just using my, it's not even using my, oh yeah, it's probably using my rankings, but it's showing me who would pick what where. Kind of, they're forcing Brian Robinson to the top. Probably the system probably thinks I need a running back. Doesn't know. I didn't load the makeup. No, they took it straight from NFFC, so there should be some parameters set in there. But as you can see, it's feeding off my rankings too. Did Fields just go? Why did Fields disappear like that? This thing wants me to take a running back bad, but Golden, Purcell. I mean, I'm gonna have Fields. Where are my quarterbacks? I'm gonna take a look at the draft board again. Let's go back to the draft board. It's probably might be hard for you to see, but all right. So yeah, I need to set it. There's a way to set it so that big thing doesn't come up in the middle. But I guess it is nice to show you. Since my Jacoby pick, we saw Pollard go off. There goes Ricky. Oh, there's a wide receiver that's falling. And I might be able to wait on my quarterback that I have a crush on. Oh, it's a recording. Justin Field. Oh, damn it. See, even when I'm recording and not live, I can't say it out loud. All right, Matthew Golden's folding. I'm going to go to another wide receiver. And then let me see who went. I need to stop that big thing. I can stop the big sticker. I'll turn the big sticker back on when I am not necessarily looking at the board. But I can stop on wide receiver for a while. Damn it, Fields went. All right, so Patrick Mahomes went in the 5th. See, this is what I'm talking about with quarterback. Mahomes in the 5th, Mayfield in the 6th, Bo Nix in the 7th. Things are starting to even out with Murray in the 8th, but Goff in the 8th? No. Fields in the 8th. I would have loved that. But if that's where he's going, I might grab him in the 7th next time. Last year I grabbed a lot of Kyler Murray in that range. What other quarterbacks are there? Look at the assistant. Turn the sticker on so you guys can see it. Ayuk, Mooney, Pittman, Kupp, Higgins, Jalen Warren, Brock Purdy, Dak Prescott. Chicago, Jacksonville, Green Bay. Do I wait on quarterback? It's probably not a good idea. There is Mark Andrews there as well. It might actually be Mark Andrews' time. I don't have a tight end yet. Caleb Williams just went. That would have been my DJ Moore stack. I should probably go Trevor Lawrence here. 40 seconds. I love having this time. Mark Andrews' stack. Cross my fingers that I can get Trevor Lawrence later. Let me see. There's Dak, Justin Herbert. I could get Jordan Love. He's probably not going to make it. I wouldn't mind getting Drake May and just stacking him later. But I'm going to put Trevor Lawrence at the top of my queue. Because I have Travis Hunter, right? And there goes Dak. It's kind of scary. Who went after my pick? Jaylen Warren. That was the other guy I was looking at. But I need to focus on running backs here. And I'm either going to... I want either Lawrence or Love for the stacks. And then even later on, Geno. Geno is my stack for later on. Okay. Let me look at the other running backs I have here, and I'm going to pull up my assistant. I'm going to let you guys look at the draft board. The draft board's nice here with that big sticker for y'all, so you can actually really just see who's being drafted rather than me narrate it. All right, so running backs, Tracy, Scadaboo, Charbonnet. Tracy, Charbonnet. I would rather Tajay before Scadaboo. I need to adjust that. There's Dobbins there too. I'm not a big Dobbins guy, but you know who's all right in their draft room. Tootin is far down. Most of the rookies are probably lower in this draft room because I don't even know if they had drafts before the NFL draft, but the NFFC regulars are kind of a different bubble than the Underdog or the DraftKings or the NFFC kind of has some crossover with FFPC or what's that, RT Sports, kind of the fringe, not the mainstream, but they each tend to have their own kind of cliques, groups, but it is what it is. No harm in that. It's weird, my camera's a little off. I don't know if I nudged it or something. All right, where am I? What's going on? Love went. Come on, let me have Lawrence. Let Lawrence come back. But this is why drafting quarterback early isn't a bad idea. And in fact, I should. Oh, I was. I that Matthew Golden. Maybe the Jacoby Myers. Instead of Jacoby Myers, I really like Fields. I really feel like Fields could, fairly, I don't want to say fairly easily, but I genuinely believe Fields, if he starts even 16 games, he'll be a top 5 quarterback. Oh, now the quarterbacks are flying. As soon as you see Stroud and Drake May go, you start sweating. And there's a damn good chance the next 2 picks could be quarterback too. Trevor Lawrence is sitting right there in the queue. I don't mind. I do have a backup plan. Tyrone Tracy. So none of the running backs are looking any good. I guess Ramondre. I'm still sleeping on him. I don't really want. Oh, is it my pick? Tajay went. Okay, I'm gonna get my Trevor Lawrence. Sweet. And I could easily come back with Tootin. Yeah, I'd be good with that. I'd be very good with coming back with Tootin. There's, as far as running backs go, well, let me look at my assistant because, I mean, Ramondre's there. Yeah, he's at the top of the queue as far as what the experts are saying. So I'll show you the draft assistant again momentarily after this turn. So it has my rankings in there, but it's also suggesting or giving me the odds of what the experts would do in the same situation. There's also something that tells me like the likelihood the player will come back to me. And I have Scatterboo and Tootin next. And then Ramondre. The experts have it as Ramondre, Scatterboo, Rashad White, then Tootin. And that's overall, I think. I just have the running back. No, overall, I still have Ayuk and Higgins and Keon Coleman. Have a lot of the PPR guys. Ooh, Luther Burden. I need to draft running back. But actually, yeah, Burden's. Burden's right there. But I'm going to go with Tootin. Just as part of that Jacksonville stack. But there are there's a couple sweet wide receivers still left. But just a couple. I want to. Bateman and Hollywood. So Ayuk, Burden, Bateman, or Hollywood would interrupt my running back. Actually, let me look at tight end too. Oh, David Njoku. God, Tyler Warren. There's going to be tight end slate, but I'm definitely going to do that. So I'll show you the draft assistant again. It tells me kind of what the experts would do. To the left here, these are my overall rankings that I just loaded in there. As you can see, my rankings, I'd be going straight off running back. Do have those tight ends mixed in there. Bateman is, well, I'm higher on Bateman than most, but I'm higher on Baltimore than most. I have the running backs down a bit, but I will be stacking when I can stack, and that's where I'll focus on the receivers. It's really hard to tell if all the receivers are falling in ADP at this point. So it has suggested players, top VBD, value-based drafting players. I kind of like that. They're from each position, top-ranked players. All right, I like this VBD. Not sure. It's probably going off expert consensus as well. It's a little bit odd though. All right, so where the Njoku must have gone. Let's go back to the draft board. Draft board's probably more interesting. After my Tootin pick, we had Keon Coleman, Christian Kirk, David Njoku, Stafford, Ramondre, Rashad White. So with Stafford going, and even after my Lawrence pick, we didn't look at that. Dobbins went, but Penix, Bryce Young, Cam Ward, Scatterboo, and Tua went. So there's got to be just 1 quarter. Geno's left. I'm not getting Sam Darnold. So with 30 rounds, some of the backup quarterbacks come into play. Which, if I don't get Geno, I will be focusing on some backup quarterbacks that I think will be or should be starting by the end of the year. I'm going to force Geno. Oh, am I really going to put him ahead of Ayuk and Burden? Look at... What was that? John, who cares? Jalen McMillan. See, this is where things start to get seriously wacky. Garendo went in the 11th. And this is why I'm like stressing over running back. Because they go. They gone. A lot of finger crossing the rest of the way when it comes to running back. I'm stressing because Geno Smith in the 12th. Well, I mean, Stafford went in the 11th. Nah. Makes my decision for me. So is it Ayuk or Burden? Well, they're back to back even there. I'm going to grab Burden just because. And I feel like I got to grab Bateman on the way back and not Ayuk, but I'm grabbing one of them. Grabbing one of them. And I'm going to be stacking a lot of running backs late. Kind of caught behind the 8 ball. I don't know. I guess Matthew Golden was the pick. I would have preferred Fields there, and then I wouldn't be stressing about quarterback. And I have some, whether it's... I'm going to wait a couple rounds on quarterback. Whoops. But there are a couple. I mean, I guess I could, in all reality, I could survive with 2. But in a 30-round draft, you're always going to use a third quarterback or another quarterback at some point. So I'm going to look at the assistant for my running backs real quick. Dylan Sampson. Dylan Sampson is who I should pick. Ayuk is just sitting there. But people are staying off of him because they think he's going to be out 6 games, and this is a whole 17-week schedule. That's everybody. In the draft room, Bateman is third. Who just went? Tight ends. Tight ends are going. Do I need to look at tight end? Likely Goddard. I'm gonna. Draft Bateman. Just double stack that. No, it's actually a triple stack. The year I won with a Philadelphia. It was I came in fourth. I didn't win at all. I had Hurts, AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, and Dallas Goedert. So this is a twisted version of that. All right. So I need to queue up Brenton Strange. I mean, I guess I could queue up Likely too. It's 30 rounds. I'm going to go with 4 tight ends. I need to watch, though, too, when those defense and kickers start coming off. Let me make sure. Yeah. Sorry, I messed up the camera angle, didn't I? Just needed to make sure of. Actually, I should have pulled that. I have the screen a little bit behind my laptop. I know I don't make for great video. That's why I leave the draft board up the whole time. My head is on a swivel. I'm never really looking at the camera. But all right, if Ayuk is still sitting there on the way back, I might just get him, and that might be my last wide receiver. Very glad that I went those 2 hefty running backs right off the bat, because after that, there really hasn't been any running back value. The value's all been at wide receiver. And all right, let me bounce back here. So at running back, I am looking at Dylan Sampson. Let me see what else is in the assistant. What do I have? Algier. Blue. What round is it? Blue's going to have to wait. I'm not touching him after the talk. Somebody poo-pooed. Jalen Wright just went. Somebody's been poo-pooing him, though, too. I got Roshan Johnson there. I like him, although we've been missing some hype there. All right, what round? I'm in 14th round. If I can get Roshan or Dylan Sampson. Oh, Roshan just went. No, he didn't. Why don't? Oh, because I'm queuing him there and not over here. Left is, probably you're right. Yeah, never mind. This side is my draft room. That side is your draft board. So the draft board is actually, yeah, okay. I had my screen flipped, so we're good. So the draft board is like where I'm looking, and it looks like that. When I look away from the draft board, I'm looking at my draft room. But I am talking into the mic. Kind of weird. Either way, it's working out. It seems to be anyway. Brandon Ayuk is still sitting there. I need running back. What are you doing to me? Somebody take Ayuk. It's a massive value. It's a massive value. I could have waited on Burden. There goes Dylan Sampson. So I shouldn't really be reaching for, I should be sticking to, okay, there goes Ayuk. So I have no values coming back to me. I really shouldn't. I should be getting Tyler Algier. That's who should be at the top of my queue. Because if Bijan goes down, ooh, but let me just take a look. I have 45 seconds, plenty of time. I'll get Brenton Strange on the way back. Defenses are going to start to go. Roshan is kind of down there. Well, yeah, a little bit down there. I'm going to get Algier. I'm going to assume Brenton Strange makes it back to me. I don't think there's any reason why he shouldn't. If he doesn't, like, I'll just grab Gasecki. Next consolation prize. I guess I could go with Ertz too. But it is time for a tight end. And there are other running backs deeper that are dart throws, but I mean, Rico Dowdle is fine too. Yeah, it's telling me Brenton Strange. Suggestions are Brenton Strange, but I think that's because of where I have him ranked. Yeah. So it's not going too far off my rankings anymore. Like, I still have Besh, Josh Palmer, Pat Bryant, and Romeo Dubs. Romeo Dubs I should have like ahead of those three. Probably has something to do with ADP. But Brenton Strange is really the next guy. And Jaden Blue's still sitting there too. Did Brenton Strange got drafted? You fucker. Ooh, sorry for the kids. Yeah, I'm going to get Gasicki. Do I have it? I only have one tight end, right? Yeah, Mark Andrews is my only tight end. I should get Gasicki. I've talked about Gasicki before, but you know, what's his name? Joe Burrow lobbied for his receivers and Gasicki to be re-signed this year or be signed to extensions. So I know I need running back, but tight ends are dwindling. Gasecki could be the new Tyler Boyd with tight end eligibility. Let's go with Gasecki. If he gets snagged, I'm probably just going to let it wait. Man, Brenton Strange would have been good there, though. So we can see, too, Daniel Jones goes. Anthony Richardson. That was one that I was considering drafting later. 13th round for Anthony Richardson is far too early, even with the quarterbacks going early. And I still have there are other quarterbacks that I think are quite sneaky, super late. Like, I wouldn't mind a Kirk Cousins or Joe Flacco, Jalen Milroe. Jameis Winston is a name. Throughout the offseason, I've kind of, in my dynasty leagues anyway, I've stacked up on Tyrod Taylor. He's not going to be anything. He's going to be worthless. Let me bounce around here. Let's see. All right. So running backs. Oh yeah. Keaton Mitchell is buried. look up. Yeah, 270 is where they have him listed. Sweet. Need to pay attention to where. All right, defenses. I think defenses are orange and kickers are purple. Don't quite remember. But after my Gesicki pick, we see Russell Wilson, Xavier Legette, Demario Douglas, Romeo Doubs, 15th round Romeo Doubs. It's something to keep in mind. 14th round Ayuk is something to keep in mind too. Yeah, I'm going to be hitting. I might go 3 running backs off the top next time. We'll see. Hard to say, hard to judge, especially with those wide receivers staring me in the face. It's funny. It's start 3 wide receiver plus a flex. I don't understand why they go so late. All right, so running backs that are sitting there: Rico, Jaden Blue, Roschon Johnson. Did Rico just go? Oh, and now we got a run here. So defenses are starting to. I don't understand why defenses go before kickers, but I want 3 defenses. Like, it's somewhat important. I might do. Let me take a look at the draft assistant just today. I might do a running back and then come back with a defense. Yeah, I like that idea. Let me see if it goes. I need to see the next few picks. If the defense continues to run, make a judgment call. But as far as defenses and rankings, damned if I know. I kind of go with teams that I think are going to score a lot of points. And actually this year, need to keep in mind returners, kick returners. Houston and Buffalo. Houston wins. They're probably going to go in order. Yeah, I'm going to draft Roschon. Roschon Johnson was second in their ADP listing. So I'm thinking he would not have made it around the turn. I am dying for running backs. And the defensive run kind of slowed down there. I feel like if I took a defense, this whole corner would have gone defense crazy. And I'm just hoping it doesn't. But I definitely want to get 1 defense so that if there is a massive run, I can still get 2, even getting that 30-second defense, 30-second team defense is worth it to have 3. Back in the MFL 10 days, even in 20-round drafts, I believe it was somebody from Rotoviz, Fantasy Douche, did a lot of that work back in the MFL 10 days. Frank DuPont is Fantasy Douche. I believe he is anyway. So he did studies on how many defenses and quarterbacks and tight ends and yada yada you should take, and 3 defenses had the strongest win rates in MFL 10. And now that I think about that, we also want we want to win this league, because the winner of the league actually gets $800. Then the prize winnings in the tournament aren't nearly as high as they are in other tournaments. I believe first prize is 30 grand, which is nice, but these are easy to get ROI on. Winning your league isn't massively difficult. ADP. I'm kind of. I think it's showing, like, when I click points in the draft room. I don't know if that's projections or what they did last year. But I have a choice between the Lions and the Packers and the Cowboys. I'm going to go with the Packers, just because the points, whether it's last year's points or projected points, is so much higher than literally everybody else that remains. So, what the heck? But the bye week is 5. I just need to stay away from bye week 5. So stay away from the Bears, the Falcons. Stay away from the Bears and the Falcons there. Okay. I'm going to stack my queue with defenses, because I have a feeling that at some point there's going to be a big old run on them. Really weird. ADPs on defenses is really. I mean, ADP is smarter than me. I haven't looked into defenses at all. I will probably this week. I got a lot to do this week, and I got to work in the morning. I don't like doing this on a school night. I'm a teacher. Okay, there's plenty of defenses left, actually. I could look at other positions. Let me get back to ADP there. Oh, there's plenty of defenses because there haven't been any picks. Tyler Shuck. I need to evaluate, because I could get Shuck. I could get Shuck and Juwan Johnson. Could also do Dart and Theo Johnson, and Milrow, and what's Arroyo. Yeah, I'm down on Darnold. I think Milrow's going to finish out the year, but he's better in the tournament with playoffs. Again, this is 17 weeks total points. So the 17 weeks determines the total points and the tournament winner. And in order to make, so the 800 is nice real money. Win your league, $800. Fantastic. In order to get real money in the tournament side, you have to be in the top 20. And in fact, I think you really got to be in the top 10 to get over 1,000. I'll relook at this. trying to see if I can look up the tournament rules easily. I don't want to screw anything up. So let's just take a look at the draft board. Defenses are going fairly quick. And what I do is I judge how many defenses are left. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 defenses left. Oh, there was 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 left. So it's definitely optimal for me to get one before it hits the turn, because on the turn there's one team that's probably not going to get any defenses. They might just turn to kicker at this point. But the other two teams could both grab two. Marshawn Lloyd was the running back I wanted to, or one of them. And actually, the other running back I have in my queue is not optimal. Definitely going to grab a defense next. I'm probably looking at Seattle if I can get it. If not, well, I can get it. All right, I'm going to get Seattle. Defense, and their bye week is 8. Awesome. That only knocks out the Raiders and the Jags. Still more than I'd like. But here's the thing. I could play the game. If 4 defenses get taken here, I'm not even going to consider playing the game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10 defensive left. If 4 go here, that's 6 left. Well, 4 won't go. 3 might go. That's 7 left. And do I want... So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 7 that are likely to be taken here. This team, the 8 team, will take 2. That team will take 1. That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If there's more than 7 remaining, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9. I'm going to play the game. What running back can I get? 49 seconds. Don't want any of them. Could go J.D. Giddens, Brashard Smith. I might go Giddens. Or Shuck. Shit. Where's Shuck? I'm going to get the quarterback now. All right. I got 3 quarterbacks. I don't have to play around with that later. Although I could. I probably want to. But that means I could have also grabbed kicker. Kicker probably would have been a smart move. Because as you could probably tell, I'm going to run into the same problem with kickers as defense. I want 3 kickers. Although it's team kicker, so it's not nearly as vital if I get 2 decent ones. I'm going to move Juwan up the top of the queue. The other running back I can do that. I can do that. I'm going to tweak one of my rules I was talking about earlier in my live draft. And I'll go over that if necessary. But I want running backs that... Oh, no. Let's do that. Wow. All right. So, Giddens, Rashard Smith. So, Ollie Gordon is ranked in ADP a lot higher here than on other sites. Same with Jordan James. But I'm going to be hitting them up at some point. But I need to load up on kickers too. But I'm gonna put some of these guys at the top. I think this Ramirez guy is auto most. I think he's letting it auto though. I think that's what it is. He's probably setting the queue and just letting it run out 55 seconds, which is fine with me at this point. Hope you guys can see that draft board. Certainly the best. Ooh, is it the best view I can give you? Yeah, it's the best view I can give. And is it still showing the big sticker? Yeah, I should have actually been scrolling the draft board. I could have JD Giddens. Yeah. After my Tyler Shuck pick, the Bengals went, oh, there's still plenty of defenses. I'm going to get one at the next turn. But I can get Juwan Johnson before it hits the turn, I think. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 defenses left. 3 will likely go, or 3 could go past me. So if there's 4 defenses remaining when it gets to my pick, I'll take Juwan Johnson first. As both the stack and because I think he's headed for good things. Actually, Taysom Hill's a tight end too. All right. I'll get them both. Taysom will be my last deep 4th tight end. Running backs are going a little bit. So there goes one defense. Kickers aren't going at all, are they? Well, 2 have gone. Doing a lot of thinking. So I need to also keep an eye on these running backs. All right, my pick. Defenses didn't go. So, right, like the defense will come back to me. I'm going to get Juwan Johnson, complete that stack. In theory, I could be done at tight end and at quarterback. But the last couple rounds, I might add a 4th of each. Defenses, Saints, Titans, Panthers, Raiders, Jags. The Raiders and Jags have the same bye week as Seattle, so I'm not trying to get them. Definitely going to get a defense on the way back. Kind of sacrifice the idea of Bashard Smith. That was one of the running backs. I really. So Theo went. I'm thinking Juwan would have gone. There's tight ends going here. I might have triggered. It's Kendre Miller. I tried to stay away from Kendre Miller, and then somebody brought him up on some show, and I went through a phase of drafting him again. I think I stopped after the draft, after they drafted Devin Neal, or after reports of Kamara being healthy. And yeah, I'm going to close up defense here. Who do I want? Pittsburgh or Minnesota? Oh, Pittsburgh has the same bye week. Oh, that's bigger. Saints or the Titans or the Panthers? I have a Saints stack. Is that why I'm going to go with the Saints? Saint, it ain't so. It's miserable. The points are gonna come in handy at some point. Oh, and Panthers went right after. So like, I really did wait. Just Titans are still out there, but I didn't want to sweat it all the way back. So kicker, running back. Might be interesting. I might be able to squeeze in a running back. All right. Ooh. Yeah, there are some running backs. I haven't even looked at receiver in forever. I know there's plenty out there too. Let me just take a look. Jalen Noel. Ooh, Diami Brown, I need to stack. Whatever. Not as important. Nice little tight end run. Glad I got my Juwan. Got my defenses, can close that out. Yeah, I look at my assistant, and next in queue, Jalen Noel, Diami Brown. Really like myself some Jalen Noel. He was higher touted than Higgins, who was drafted by the same team a round before him, maybe 2 rounds before him. Diami Brown presents a nice stack. Taj Brooks, Sean Tucker, Jordan James, all sitting there at running back. Who just went? Flacco. Got another kicker. Only 3 kickers off the board so far, so I'm not feeling pressed to get a kicker quite yet. If there's a run, I want to get at least one and play it like I did the defenses. But maybe on the way back, I can squeeze in a running back. sure which. So Jalen Noel goes. All right, so that temptation's gone. Diami Brown is still. Because of the stack with Trevor Lawrence. Interesting. Running back, there's Taj Brooks, Kyle Monangai, Jordan James, Ollie Gordon. Now, Ollie Gordon is next in their ADP. But I also have Keaton Mitchell, which would be a handcuff. And I do not mind the handcuff in the 22nd round. Let me just look and see if there's any other bye week situations, just in case. My running backs, I have 2 week 5 bye weeks, but it's Algier and Roshan. Well, if I have Roshan, one guy would be a stack, but I don't think he's going to go. I think, well, again, it's I just did a BBM draft where Elijah Mitchell, that's earlier, 22nd round. Yeah, I've gotten some Elijah Mitchell in the last round of underdog drafts, but yeah, we're not really well beyond that because we have 32 defenses are off the board. All right, it is my pick. There are a few kickers going. I am going to get a kicker on the way back. I think this team, Keaton Mitchell fits right in. It is a handcuff, but it's in the 22nd round. So the rule I generally go by is like whatever round you draft them in has to add up to the total number of rounds in a draft. But this is 30 rounds in a draft. So that rule pertains more to 20-round drafts. And there goes Diami Brown. That's okay. Like I say, I don't need another receiver. I don't need another receiver yet. I can kind of sit on it. I'm going to get kicker. I'm going to get 3 kickers maybe in the next 3 rounds. Might be able to sneak in another running back or something. 3 kickers, and then I got 4 picks left. Definitely. I have 6 running back. I have 7 receiver. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I really have 5 picks to play with. So it's probably 2 running backs, 2 receiver. We'll see. All right. Just out of curiosity, I'm going to look at my draft assistant. Yeah, it has Slayton, Coker, Taj Brooks. But I got to get a kicker. That's not... Let me just look at the kickers. Maybe. All right, Chiefs went. All right, I'm gonna make this a little bit easier on me. Ooh, you know what? I'll go with Miami's kicker. It's only one of the... Oh, shit. Ah, crap. I tried to draft Miami's kicker. I thought I had them in the queue. Apparently, damn it. Oh. Sorry. probably yelled that. That's frustrating. Because I wouldn't even I don't know how Ollie Gordon ended up at whether it was the top of my queue, because Taj Brooks should have been the running back at the top of your queue. Now kickers are flying. I was going to get Miami's kicker. That is a major malfunction. And actually, there is an administrator in here. I could ask to have it on the freaking 23rd round. I'm not going to hold this shit up. Not going to hold it up. Crap, though. If I end up with 2 kickers, I'm going to be so hot. The idea was get a kicker there, give me some leeway, and now I have to get 2 kickers on the way back, and just hope, just cross my fingers. And again, like Ollie Gordon, I don't mind him, but I think I could have gotten him a couple rounds later, and I would have much rather had Taj Brooks, Woody Marks, a couple other guys I have here. So just how does that happen? I'm clicking the star, and I think if I'm slightly off, it hits the player, and I guess that's what put it in the queue. Like, yeah, I wanted Ollie Gordon in the queue, but I was literally clicking on Miami, or thought I clicked Miami, hit draft player without looking what I was right there. Oh well, won't make that mistake again. I'm gonna pay for it though. I'm only gonna get 2 kickers, it's looking like. Or I'll have the Cleveland Browns kicker. All right. Okie dokie. I'm gonna go Raiders kicker. Although they have a week 8 bye, and a lot of teams do. I have a team stack there. If I can get Green Bay or Indianapolis kicker, Seattle Rams kicker, Saints are indoors, Jacksonville kicker, I can do that. All right. But I'm going to be somehow stuck with like, I'm going to be stuck with, if I even get a 3rd kicker, it's likely to be like, no, I didn't get the Raiders stack, did I? That's why I had to get, but anyway, Raiders kickers kicking indoors. Is it Carlson again? I don't know, but going by points, they were second to Green Bay. I'm just thinking Green Bay, whether have their defense, could have, should have, would have. But they are flying off. I'm going to get the Rams kicker next if I can. No, same bye week. Son of a biscuit. Why should we want to buy? All right. I will do the Colts then, if I can. Colts are the Saints. Because Jacksonville has the same bye as Raiders. Well, I mean, Saints defense Was the 31st defense or so. The 30th. If I can end up with the 30th kicker, at least I won't be massively salty. There goes Taj Brooks. Um, yeah, just go with the Colts. Just try to stay away from the bye weeks, and I will see what goes on here next. So, and let me take a look at quarterback. Cousins is still there. He's gonna sign with a team. I like Jameis Winston. I just looking over the quarterbacks. Ooh, what's his name? Must have gone. Where? Um, why can't I think of his name? Seattle backup. Jalen Milrow is buried. So Jalen Milrow could be a last round pick. We'll see. Um, I still need running back, and there's still running backs here. So like, oh, not many. Let me hit it. Antonio Gibson, probably not. Sean Tucker, Kyle Monangai, but I already have Roshan, so that would be a handcuff. Uh, there's some names there. Hold on, there's probably some rookies super late. I'm just going through and starring some of the guys I see. Actually, I could go back to the draft assistant, right? And I'm glad the big sticker pops up to see so you guys can see who's being drafted. So I'm doing a lot of thinking. I'm gonna get one kicker, but I could get Sean Tucker. Wide receivers left still. And I need to shift to ECR as well. ECR doesn't know shit. It's crazy. They really don't, especially this late. They you know what? They're sitting on projections, right? So median projections kind of rule the expert consensus ranks, which I am a part of. And yes, you can use the rankings to help you draft, especially in the single digit rounds. It's not going to be that different than draft philosophy. All the experts are entering a slew of drafts. Like I can't say that. I'd say most of the expert consensus ranks are doing 100 best balls. They're probably doing a dozen or so, a dozen to 100, anywhere from a dozen to 100 regular drafts. Most of them probably do dynasty a few teams. It's not like the ranks aren't like somewhat reflective of what they're doing in drafts. I think overall they're probably not wholly accurate. All right, so do I want to do the Giants or the Jets for the kicker? Giants kicker, Jets kicker. I'll go Jets. I just think that offense is probably gonna. Giants offense, I think, would be decent if they would just pick a quarterback. I feel like I do need one more wide receiver. I only have one starred right now. There's Demarcus Robinson. Deontay Johnson was going to be a nice one I was considering. Can you hear that? Deontay Johnson was going to be a nice one I was considering. 3 picks left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 7 of each. Sean Tucker goes. God. There's still a few running backs. Yeah, I'm thinking Elijah Moore at wide receiver might be the way to go. Yeah. Elijah Moore's a talented receiver, and you put him on Buffalo. Buffalo's got 100 people to throw to. Ty Johnson was the running back I was looking at too. What do I have? 3 picks left. All right, so running back is going to be one of them. I might do tight end and quarterback to give me 4 each of those. Maybe I'll skip quarterback. There's only one. Let me look at tight end. Tight ends, actually, even in this range, will project and likely score higher than the wide receivers remaining. Can use tight end in the flex. But looking at the tight ends, quite a few of them are gone. There's one that I love to take. So if he's available next pick, Sinnott just went. I really like that one too. No Fant's still there. He could end up on a team. I actually like that pick. So that would be one of the 2 tight ends I would consider. A lot of people, well, Harold Fannin from Cleveland wouldn't be horrible. Yeah, I need a 4th tight end for sure. I'd even be tempted to do Michael Mayer, Luke Musgrave, Austin Hooper. I mean, I'm going deep there. Gunnar Helm. Elijah Higgins. But they're all contingency picks there, right? There is one guy that could be an absolute difference maker. Otherwise, I'll go Fannin. Or AJ Barner. He's just as likely to do well as Arroyo. Quarterback. Got Jalen Milroe and Jameis Winston kind of sitting there. Possibilities. Running back. Pretty close to the bottom of the barrel. Let me kind of look at my draft assistant to see what kind of running backs ECR is giving me. Not much. I mean, when I say not much, it's Estime, Antonio Gibson, Gainwell. Devin Singletary is an interesting one. And then there's Isaiah Davis from the Jets. It's Emmanuel Wilson. Raheem Sanders. The Rocket. That and his ADP is listed as 330. So the reason I kind of got thrilled over him, if Najee is out, oh wow, there goes the two quarterbacks I was talking about. If Najee is out for any amount of time, it could go Shador. None of those quarterbacks are looking like they're sneaky. So Milroe and Winston were really, God. And Cousins is gone. I'll take a look at quarterback in a bit, but I'm going to draft Taysom Hill and be done at tight end. Oh, here's the running back. That's a possibility. So let me get rid of these tight ends. Draft assist. Where are you? Rondé Gaston. See, yeah, there are tight ends back here. I'll have to. Well, it's not like I reached on any tight ends. I could do Shador. Will Howard. Jake Browning. Garner Minshew. Cooper Rush. Running back, we've been through that. Oh, Devin Singletary, right? But there was Rocket Sanders there too. Tight end done. Wide receiver. Get out of here. 40 seconds. So give me this. Oh, no, give me that. Wide receiver. Westbrook Akine. Torrey Horton. Ty Felton. Not feeling them. All right. My running back pick. I think I am going to go with Devin Singletary there. Could do Khalil Mullings, Rocket Sanders. Let me hit Singletary. And what do I got? I got 8 running backs, 8 wide receivers. 3 quarterbacks. I'm just going to have to stay at 3 quarterback. I guess Shador. Westbrook Akine. Josh Reynolds. He's the Jets wide receiver 2 at this point. Could do a Parker Washington to continue my stack, but Travis Hunter and Jacoby Myers already have the same bye. Ooh, that would have hurt. Geno Smith would have had the same bye week. So I probably would have been stressed at quarterback a little bit. A little bit. Juice Gasecki, Juwan, and Taysom. Now there's nothing at tight end that's really gonna. So you just look at some more wide receivers. Nick Curtis Samuel, Ty Felton. I've already said that. Now there's some names like Efton Chisholm and Arian Smith and Chimere DK. I mean, I guess DK wasn't he drafted early? Probably too early. There's Juju and Hunter Renfrow. who are old heads but could get some. I mean, we're going deep here, right? Tyler Boyd is on Tennessee. Yeah, he was last year too. All right. Treylon Burks. Anyone? Man, how he has fallen. All right. What did I have? I had a Miami stack earlier, I think. That's why I'm like, ooh, Nick Westbrook or Keenan. Probably Josh Reynolds, Curtis Samuel. I'm just going back over. I have a Buffalo wide receiver already, right? Let me see. It was Elijah Moore. I should take a look at bye weeks. Josh Reynolds just sitting there. I mean, Curtis Samuel, Josh Reynolds, Hunter Renfrow. I kind of wanted to go with that Raheem Sanders at running back because if Najee Harris isn't there, I mean, I'm sure he's fine, but I'm not sure he's fine. Yeah, I can go with any of them, right? I mean, in all reality, if McCaffrey and Henry don't do it, this team's dead. To Nadir Roshan, I probably should have really focused on trying to get Jordan James. He went in the 24th. If I had gotten Jordan James instead of the accidental Ollie Gordon, I would not have been nearly as ticked off. That would have fit my team better. But yeah, the kickers kind of tossed me. I'm not doing too bad here. There's that one pick I'd like back, but other than that, I feel like it's a pretty solid build. Maybe instead of the Elijah Moore pick, I go with Winston or Milrow, and then here go with Curtis Samuel. But we're just kind of looking at buys. So it's either Curtis Samuel, Josh Reynolds, or Hunter Renfrow. I'm going to go with Hunter Renfrow just because I've heard really good things about him last year. He had some autoimmune deficiency that kept him out, really drawn back. I have an autoimmune deficiency. I know with the right medication, you can really bounce back from that sort of thing. And he's kind of the dump-off king. I could have gone with Curtis Samuel there too, but I will keep in mind, and everybody should keep in mind if they're doing these drafts, there are sneaky wide receivers late. I guess there's a couple sneaky running backs too. So, but they're like, so the running backs, Khalil Mullings, Emmanuel Wilson, Raheem Sanders, they are deep and buried. I do like that Devin Singletary pick. So yeah, not a horrible way to go. I'll go through my team. I'm going to go by position. So at quarterback, I have Lamar Jackson, Trevor Lawrence, and Tyler Shuck, if that's how you pronounce it. And then at running back, Christian McCaffrey, Derrick Henry, Bashal Tutin, Tyler Algier, Roshan Johnson, Keaton Mitchell, Ollie Gordon, and Devin Singletary. Wide receiver, Xavier Worthy, DJ Moore, Travis Hunter, Jacoby Myers, Matthew Golden, Luther Burden, and Rashad Bateman for the stack. Did I get any? Yeah. Well, Travis Hunter is my stack with Trevor Lawrence. I didn't get any other stack with that, though. Oh, other than Bashal Tutin at running back. So, fair enough. And then, where am I? Tight end, Mark Andrews, stacking with Lamar. Mike Gesicki and Juwan Johnson, stacking with Shuck. And then Taysom Hill, handcuffing and stacking with Shuck. Actually, it's handcuffing both Shuck and Juwan Johnson. I just like that Taysom Hill. Like, if he has 2 games, bam, something from the 28th round. Oh, yeah, that's another thing. So, kickers went actually a little bit, I feel like a little bit later. But if anything, if there's anything I can gauge from the past, it's like any pick after round 20 probably isn't hitting your lineup at all. If they do, awesome. But I think these guys have a likelihood of doing it. Maybe not Hunter Renfrow. He might not even be on a team by the time this season rolls around. But Singletary's likely, if he's not the Giants' third running back, he's going to get picked up by somebody. His nickname is Motor. Teams love him. He's a great locker room presence. And Daboll, the Giants coach, absolutely adores him. So he's probably going to be a Giant. He'll probably be the third running back. He's likely going to be on the roster. And he's likely to get 5 carries a game, something like that. But we'll see. Taysom Hill's that wild card. Taysom Hill's the true Joker, right? Elijah Moore, very talented. More talented than Curtis Samuel, for sure. Curtis Samuel, they might save some money by cutting him, but maybe not. But man, like Elijah Moore with Josh Allen, that could be something. So I'm hopeful about that. The Ollie Gordon pick is, I feel like Miami's going to use him, and the Keaton Mitchell pick is a handcuff, but Justice Hill is great as a Gus Edwards type fill-in. He's better than Gus Edwards. He has pass catching ability. But Keaton Mitchell is super explosive, and if Henry even needs breathers more often as he ages, he doesn't even have to get hurt. Keaton Mitchell's gonna get in there. If it's 5 touches a game, he might only need 1 of them. So overall, happy about it. It was kind of rushed in the beginning. Didn't think it was gonna get going, but it did. All right. Thanks for sticking around. If you've stayed through the whole time, I appreciate it. Please, if you can, hit the like button. It means a lot. Subscribe. Turn the notifications on so you know when I'm going live. Because I will be doing that quite often. Go to visit wheelrouteff.com. You can hit me up on Blue Sky. Not really on Twitter anymore. It's gotten rough over there. I'll voice my opinion on that on a different podcast. But hit me up on Blue Sky. Visit wheelrouteff.com. I'm going to tell you this. Sneak into the Discord. It's still free, but I'm going to have memberships and subscriptions starting as soon as I set it up. So starting soon. So if you want to get in the Discord for free, do it now. Do it quick. That's your reward for sticking around for 2 hours. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it. Tell your friends. Retweet, re-skeet, whatever you want to call it. Help me out. Just getting started. I've been in this game. I've been in content creation for a decade now. Finally getting around to starting YouTube. Help me out. Give me that boost I'm going to need to get started. I need to get to 1,000 subs before I even start getting the money rolling in for real. So please pump me up. I need the help. I will notice. I will appreciate. Thank you. Have a great night or day whenever you're listening. Peace.